Welcome on the cosmic atom. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd will not be squandered. Please listen. These 3 days represent a divine window, a holy period in which something great and irrevocable is being planned on your behalf. This is not arbitrary. This is not a coincidence. It's heavenly precision. These days were marked before you understood how to prepare for them, before you ever felt the change. Heaven has already planned it. These 3 days represent heaven's reaction to your lengthy wait, perseverance, and mute laments behind closed doors. And the reaction is ready to shout louder than any agony that attempted to quiet you. Pay careful attention. Choosing one these days are appointments. The final seal. Time bends in favor of the devoted. You've been wandering through the forest for a long time, unclear when the road will clear. But now the clouds are moving. A ray of clarity is bursting through. And this clarity will not just enlighten your present. It will explain the cause for all you've been through. Confusion, rejection, and delays. Everything had purpose, and in these 3 days, that meaning will no longer be concealed. Continue watching this video till it ends. Also, in the comments, express your best wishes and input the number 99 as a stamp of agreement. Allow the energy of your belief to vibrate across the cosmos, sparking the action of miracles. These are not just days. These are the days when dreams will come true. I choose one like this video. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. Let we begin. Something is churning under the surface. Something heavenly is working in your favor. Heaven has decreed that these 3 days, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, would not be squandered. Not by time, not by uncertainty, and not by delay. You've waited long enough, and the scales are tilting in your favor. This is not just another message. This is a celestial signal, a spiritual flash, indicating that breakthrough is no longer waiting. It's coming. There is something you should know about divine timing. It is not based on human reasoning. It does not sync with the clock on your wall or the calendar on your phone. It follows preparedness. It follows purity. It occurs as a result of perseverance. And because you refused to give up, because you held on, even when everything around you fell because you believed and everyone else doubted, you set off something irrevocable in the skies. They are not turning up empty-handed on August 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. They've arrived with the delivery. The upcoming transformation is not just external. It is not just about what you will obtain. It's also about what you're going to shed. Old versions of yourself will vanish under the weight of the light that is going to shine on you. The attitude of scarcity will disintegrate. The worries that haunt you, like shadows, will dissipate in the presence of clarity. These 3 days are about becoming, about embracing a level of identity that has been spoken to you from birth. But it is now becoming obvious. You aren't here by chance. You're living evidence of tenacity, survival, and quiet strength that refuses to give up. These days are about exposing your power to the world. Pay attention. The chosen one. The environment is already altering. It is not about waiting for August 1st to come. It's time to prepare your spirit. Make sure your area is clean. Calm your mind. Declutter your head. Prepare to receive in these days. Don't come to folks who are casual on purpose. They seek for those who have been set aside and rejected for a purpose. Those who lost everything just to discover that it was divine editing. You did not come this far to stay concealed. The 3 days will begin to unravel. The version of yourself that was buried in disappointment, buried by responsibilities, buried under trauma. You are rising today, not by force, but via divine timing. The ascent is gradual but evident. Doors that were formerly closed for no apparent reason are going to fly wide open, revealing purpose possibilities that have your name on them, but had previously passed you by or looping back with haste. You are not skipped. You are acting reserved. It will officially commence on August 1st. You could sense something in the air. Subtle. It's like a buzz in the spirit. A divine indication that heaven has initiated the procedure. Do not disregard your feelings. Don't dismiss the extraordinary tranquility. This day is critical, a key that will open the disclosure. You'll start to see why some things didn't work out before. The curtain is being lifted, and what was once hidden will now be seen. Things that perplexed you will begin to make sense. Your timeline was never delayed. It was divinely protected. August 2nd will challenge you emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, but not in a debilitating manner. In a rewarding one. You'll feel like you're standing in a space with increasing walls, as if your capacity is growing to meet your mission. This day will provide clarity, not only of goal, but of direction. You will begin to sense where you need to go. You need to disconnect. What cycles you are finally leaving behind. This day marks the bridge, the crossing point. The time when a choice is made about birth, destiny, and the August 3rd chosen one. This is when the spark ignites. The third day is for confirmation, the settlement, the proof. This is the day. Something irrefutable will occur. A sign, a message, or a heavenly encounter. Something that demonstrates that the transition is genuine and irreversible. Don't be startled if someone contacts you unexpectedly. Do not be surprised if an opportunity that you believed was lost resurface. Today is the day of proof, the day of delivery, the day when heaven speaks. Now they'll understand why you were picked. Each of these days represents a page in a broader tale, a narrative in which the protagonist overcomes the odds. You don't just survive, you rise and prosper, and the world will have to witness as your light shines through the darkness they sought to lock you in. Your period of solitude was not punishment. It was a preparation. These 3 days are for graduation. Don't let fear deter you. Do not let overthinking ruin this important timeline. You were prepared for this, even on days when you felt worthless and denied what your soul was telling you. Something more significant is on the way. That whisper is now turning into a scream. The cosmos is echoing back. Your bravery is confirmed. So when August 1st comes, rise early, listen, be still, pay attention to the signs. Heaven talks in fleeting moments. Those who are alert will hear what others miss. These are not just days of breakthrough. These are days of alignment. What you have been hoping for is on its way. However, what arrives exceeds your expectations, because it isn't simply a response. It is the development of you. Stay tight to this message. Reread it if necessary. Anchor yourself in it. These 3 days are prophesy in action, and you're the one. It is time to wait since the garbage season has ended. Every delay is now converted into delivery. Every refusal now results in a redirection. And now, every suffering has a purpose. You aren't late. You're right on time. These days are yours. They will not be squandered. The chosen one. You should hear this. Heaven didn't carry you this far just to make you ponder. There's also uncertainty. These 3 days are more than simply an extension of time. They are a magnificent comeback in disguise. What you thought was an ordinary changeover is really a planned outpouring of favor. There is a purpose for your spirit's gentle rising. There's a reason why something within you refuses to settle, refuses to sink, refuses to give up, because you're standing just in front of the gate. And it isn't an open gate for everyone. It's the type of gate that only admits those who remained loyal while all else became quiet. Let this be apparent. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are not dates to be tolerated. They are dates to be enjoyed. Each breath you take during these days is imbued with divine force. These are the days that bear testimony, evidence that you are always seen, recognized, and destined for something greater. You did not fight mindlessly. You were secretly aligned, and the time has come for you to align. Heaven has timed your ascension for these 3 days, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can halt the conclusion. Let me be precise with you now about August 1st. Expect odd clarity, not confusion, but heavenly guidance. Answers will arrive not as noise, but as inside knowledge. Conversations will change. People will start to display their real colors. Some will leave without explanation. You must allow them. That's bliss. Subtracting what would have taken your spotlight. Don't be saddened by what is happening now. Celebrate it. These days are too full of purpose to be burdened with unnecessary weight. On August 2nd, the weight of benefits will be heavier than burdens. Not pressure, but preparedness. You'll feel compelled to disconnect, delve within, and dwell with your thoughts. Don't resist, for God is speaking details to you today. New visions, new business concepts, and new instructions. Write them down. Anchor them. This is not imagination. This is a wonderful importation. Your soul is downloading what your eyes have not yet seen. You are not dreaming big by mistake. You are remembering who you really are. August 3rd is different. It's the day for finishing touches, a day for heavenly outburst. What started as rumors on the 1st and tactics on the 2nd will become clear on the 3rd. This is when the answer emerges. The apology comes. The invitation arrives. The deposit goes through. This is when your unexpected moment breaks through the mundane. Don't wonder how quickly it occurs. Don't question why it's happening now. You have been in a holding pattern for years. Now comes the release. You know what's even more powerful? You will not have to go through this alone. You will serve as confirmation for others. People will notice the light on you and wonder what happened. They'll feel your change before you say it. Because it isn't simply exterior, it's full of energy. These days will transform the way you move, talk, and dominate the room. Because once the spirit of breakthrough has touched you, you will never be the same again. You'll stop apologizing for your favor. You will no longer underestimate your elegance. You will no longer shrink to accommodate others. This 3-day period will mark the beginning of the end of old programming. The habits that kept you questioning your ability, the fear that kept you silent, and the guilt that made you wonder your value. All of it is being blasted away in the fire of this divinely appointed one. This isn't about chance. It's all about confirmation. The timetable of heaven confirms you. Every spiritual war you waged in secret is now becoming a public triumph. You are not simply going to obtain. You're going to glow. You're going to be influential. You're going to take the lead. Because individuals who have gone through fire possess authority that cannot be manufactured. And heaven is displaying its authority via your life. Don't let the world's noise impair your judgment during these days. Be aware. Be intentional. Wake up with anticipation. Protect your peace. Consider what you say, your words or seeds. Throughout these hours, speak favor. Speak abundance. Speak with alignment. Your statements will hasten your reality. These 3 days will not wait for your excellence. They are awaiting your involvement. And you'll start to notice something astonishing. Confirmation will begin to appear in odd locations. A song will speak right to your heart. A number will repeat itself. A stranger will remark something that answers a question you have not asked openly. These aren't coincidences. These are heaven's breadcrumbs, directing you to the next version of yourself. Don't brush them aside. Write them down. Revisit them. They are evidence that God is around. Do you see? The chosen one. This change is not about achieving your breakthrough. You have already done this in private. This is about getting what was provided for the prepared. That is why you have been feeling like you don't fit in. That is why you get a strong sense that something significant is going to occur. But you cannot explain it. It's because your soul recognized the calendar in heaven. These dates are more than just numbers to you. They are spiritual timestamps. People may think nothing of these days, except you. You know better. You can feel it, and you're not incorrect, because something larger than rationality is moving right now. And after August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you will never be the same person you were before. Not because of what you saw, but because of who you have become. You're trying something new, and this time you won't ruin it. You will not question it. You will not postpone it. This time, you will accept with open hands and an open heart. Because now you understand. You were picked for this time. You cannot locate this message. This message found its way to you. You were called to this realization. Because this is your moment. Your tears were counted. Your faith has been measured. And the solution has been revealed. Do not worry. Others who do not grasp the importance of these days were not summoned to it. You were. You do not require permission. You only need awareness. Stay spiritually vigilant. Don't over-explain. Just prepare. Let heaven handle the result. You will remember August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd as the days when your life came into alignment with destiny. The days you finally entered the season you had wished for. The days when the load was removed and the gifts found you. The days when your spirit spoke. Yes, this is what I was created for. So was picked. One steps ahead courageously. You do not need all of the details to believe. All you need is the affirmation you can feel in your bones. Something's changed, and now everything around you must be consistent with it. These days will not be squandered. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are not only important. They are sacrosanct. They represent the beginning of a tale. You've waited years to live. However, most people will not notify you when your heavenly time occurs. It does not knock like a visitor. It storms in with ferocity, and you must be prepared not just to take it, but also to become the version of yourself capable of carrying it. These 3 days are shaping that version of you, not by chance, but by divine appointment. You will sense changes in your body, sleep, and vitality. That is not anxiousness. That is transformation. When something wonderful is about to come into being, your soul adjusts to a higher altitude. The interior landscape prepares first. You may feel weary. You may feel sensitive. You may even feel alone. Do not be frightened. This is the shedding process. This is your cocoon breaking open. These are the last contractions preceding the delivery. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. And what emerges will surprise you. Your old fears. They will not have a say in the following chapter. Your previous failures. They will no longer be the reference point. You've matured quietly, steadily, and boldly. Even when you believed nothing was changing. Heaven was recording your every move. You were preparing for this all along. Every no brought you closer to the appropriate yes. Every detour returned you to the heavenly path. And now that way has opened up like a curtain, revealing the major event and chosen one. You are the primary event. These 3 days are not intended to bargain with your doubts. They're come to eradicate it. They're not asking for your credentials. They are responding to your call. You're not entering a season depending on what you have earned. You're entering a season centered on who you've worked to become. The kids will get this as a prize for their quiet years. Celebrate those moments for when you showed up anyhow. You will not merely be seen. You will be transported to locations that did not welcome you previously, into places where your name will unlock doors before you ever enter environments that formerly smothered you. You may now breathe freely in them because you've transformed into something they can't describe but can't deny. You have proof now. Evidence of the spiritual wars you have won. Proof of the healing you battled for. Proof of the knowledge you bled for. And it demonstrates that there will be individuals in your life who attempt to treat you as the version of you they formerly knew. However, these 3 days will make it difficult. Your vibe will be drastically altered. Your language is too high, and your presence is apparent. You have been summoned into the limelight of your own destiny. This time, You will not lower your light in order to safeguard others in security. This transition will teach you something precious. You do not owe anybody an explanation for the grace in your life. You must obey the calling. There's nothing more. There is a strategy behind these days. Separation is an important component of this method. God will begin denying access to those who were never intended to witness your ascension. You may experience a sudden remoteness and quiet. Don't pursue what God is escorting away. Some connections terminate before you advance to the next level. Let them. Every spiritual advancement involves a trimming. You cannot bring extra weight into the next room. It's too expensive. It is too important. The level you're reaching requires complete alignment, not emotional clutter. You're not just getting blessings. You are accepting responsibility. You're being crowned with clarity, impact, and legacy. You'll be invited to speak anywhere you choose. Remain quiet. You will be positioned to lead where you previously followed. You will be given keys to doors that you did not even knock on. That's what these days unlocks. Here's the most humble part. This transformation is not just for you. It is for everyone involved with your task, including your family, lineage, and future generations. You're breaking curses. They were completely unaware of their existence. You're reversing patterns that were formerly considered typical. You are walking in response to prayers. Your great-grandparents murmured into the breeze. You are evidence that bigger things are achievable. These 3 days are confirmation. The chosen one. I want you to sit with this fact. Your breakthrough will not resemble theirs. Do not compare your pace. Do not compare your paths. Divine intelligence has custom-tailored your experience. You aren't just getting what others have. You're getting something that no one else in your group has ever carried. That's why your procedure was different. That's why the delay looked so severe. That is why the conflict was personal. Because your reward spans generations. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd will not only provide opportunity, but will also unleash authority. You'll walk differently because of what you're carrying. You'll talk differently now that you know this. People will feel it, even if they don't comprehend it. They will appreciate it since spiritual significance does not need to be stated. It exposes itself. Your essence is altering. Your light is becoming more intense, and your time is no longer coming. It is here. Do not take this lightly. These days are a countdown to your mission, and heaven is watching how you move through them. Stay present, grounded, and, most importantly, expecting, since the following few days will not just alter what you already have. They will shape who you become. Allow this to permeate into your spirit. You're the one. You are the one who persevered when others would have given up. You were the one who continued walking even though it made no sense. You are the one who maintained the vision even when the way disappeared. You are the one who now bears the oil of a heritage. And this is your wonderful moment. Do not miss it. Don't underestimate it. Do not take your attention away from it. If you have to stop the globe to catch this wave, do it. Because when this window shuts, everything will change. This is your personalized prophecy. In motion, your time-coded destiny is emerging. You did not have this dream. You were lured into it. So, prepare the selected one. The transition isn't coming. The change has arrived. The selected one. This section will address the portion of you that has been fatigued. Not just physically, but spiritually. That silent tiredness from constantly being the one who bears the weight, who prays when no one sees, and who believes despite the lack of proof. I notice you have not seen me, and the reason August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd cannot be squandered is because the strength you've shown in quiet is going to be recognized in public. This is not just justice, it is divine balance. You've seen others get promoted while you remained waiting. You congratulated individuals when your own heart was still mending. You've been an encourager while dealing with your own discouragement, and you've been through it all. Your heart posture has prepared you for a miraculous reversal that completely changes the scenario. These are the days when you start rewriting your story, and what seemed to be a loss becomes a blessing in disguise. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are well positioned for what comes next. And let us be honest, deep down, you sense something is changing. You could feel it in the way time began to move differently, and in the way your soul no longer aligns with certain things. That is not a mood. That is discernment. That is growth. That's God progressively taking you out of the old place and into the precise environment that will nourish your next level over the following 3 days. Do not expect everything to be loud. Some of the most significant breakthroughs will occur during quiet, gentle nudges and heavenly pauses. You may not understand how significant the change is until you look back. This is how paradise works. Quiet, precise, gentle but permanent alterations. Don't miss the heavenly instructions that are heading your way. They may manifest as a spontaneous desire to go someplace, a heavenly delay that redirects your course, or a time when you are plainly urged to rest. Even if you want to press ahead, trust the heavenly voices. These aren't coincidences. They're answers. These days are encoded with heavenly action. The best thing you can do is to listen. Now, let's speak about your surroundings, since the atmosphere is important over these 3 days. Protect your energy as if it were gold, because it is. You can't afford to surround yourself with confusion when heaven is trying to give you clarity. These are the days when you'll experience a heavenly yearning to escape the cacophony. Don't oppose it. Don't pursue past talks. Do not participate in unneeded diversions. The individuals who are supposed to be associated with this new version of you will already be aware of your silence. You're being set aside for something bigger. Not everyone can join you, and that's okay. This is not about pride. It is about purity. You've been trusted with something holy, a mission, a moment, a gift that is intended not just for your benefit, but also for the healing of others. You are being honed not because you are weak, but because you deserve it. Heaven does not waste time perfecting things it does not plan to offer. These 3 days do more than just elevate you. Are they announcing you? Yes, you have been hidden, but only because heaven was creating something too strong to unveil prematurely. People will ask, where did this version of you come from? You'll grin knowing the solution. I have been in the process. There's a sentence ringing in the sky right now, and it includes your name. It is time. It is time for the doors to open. It's time for the prayers to come true. It is time for your soul to breathe freely. It's time for the suffering to cease. It's time to claim your proper position, not with pride, but with purpose. Not an imposter, but a cold one. Let's get something else straight. This is not the season for self-doubt. You don't have time to continue doubting your value. You've been through too much. I cried through too many nights. You've already walked away from far too many temptations to begin second-guessing what is definitely yours. The 3 days are not requesting permission. They're bringing a decision. And that choice is, you're ready. It will not feel like you expected. It will not arrive via the channel you intended. But it is the hallmark of God. Just when the world thinks it's too late, heaven declares that today is perfect. Just when people forget about you, heaven remembers you fully. When you rise after August 3rd, you will not remain the same. Your voice will be more powerful. Your presence will provide more tranquility. Your statements will carry authority. Things that were previously neglected will be shaken by your mere presence. Because fate and preparation combine to create something precious. And that heavenly junction is now upon you. You'll no longer wonder whether it was worth the wait. You'll know what it was. You won't have to question whether you dreamed the promise. You will walk through it. You will no longer feel behind. You will discover that paradise was always ahead of you. These days are about more than simply transformation. They're seeking confirmation. They are about transitioning out of survival mode and into divine flow, where you don't have to battle for every inch of growth. Where grace begins to perform the job that struggle previously accomplished. Where doors open because of who you are, not because you persuaded people to believe you are the chosen one. You're being called forward. You're being drawn into your strength. You're being affirmed in your calling. The chosen one. If you're still here, it's because something inside you refuses to miss this opportunity. Something deep inside you understands that what is going on right now is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. The time is rather detailed. The alignment seems very purposeful. The mood is very charged. These 3 days, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, did not come by chance. They come with a mission. They've came with prophesy, and they've come for you. Let's speak straight. You've carried things for years that weren't yours to keep. Emotional weights, hereditary responsibilities, shame inherited rather than earned. And now these 3 days are dedicated to releasing everything. You've done enough surviving. You've done enough to keep everything together as everything around you falls apart. It is now time to soar into the light of totality. These days are not going to fix you. They're coming to liberate you. Freedom does not always resemble a party. Sometimes it seems to be silent. At times it seems like stillness. But do not mistake quiet with stagnation. These days are shifting mountains inside you softly, supernaturally, and irrevocably. Do not be shocked if you start to feel lighter. If you wake up and discover you're no longer having the same old ideas, that is healing. That is paradise. Performing internal surgery. You're being recoded for greatness. Your thinking is being reprogrammed for plenty. Your neurological system is realigning with miraculous ease. You don't have to keep anticipating problems. You do not have to live with the agony of yesterday. These 3 days are spent reworking your internal programs. Your narrative is altering, line by line. But don't imagine that external changes won't occur. They will. When your energy shifts, everything around you must adapt. That is why some people may get uncomfortable around you. It is not personal. It is spiritual. Your elevation makes it difficult for low-frequency energies to remain close to you. These days will trigger separation for your safety. The chosen one. Hear it plainly. Not everyone has access to the future that God has prepared for you. This implies you may have to stroll through August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd with fewer company than you anticipated. But isolation is not a punishment. It is a holy passageway. You are being put in a heavenly vacuum, free from distractions, so that the information being downloaded into your spirit is not disrupted. What you're getting now is pure, clear, and unfiltered. It is from heaven itself. And when you come out of this window, you'll have clarity that others will seek for years. You will know what to say. You will know what to construct. You will know where to go. You'll know who's genuine. Because when heaven speaks, chaos ensues. During these days, your judgment will improve. What was before unclear will become vivid. You will see through manipulation like glass. You will sense the reality behind the words. Dear viewers, your support through Super Chat and membership is the only source of income that keeps this channel running. If you want me to continue uploading valuable content without delays and to stay motivated in providing you with the best wisdom, I need your help. Every contribution, big or small, makes a huge difference. Feel free to donate and support Pure Wisdom so we can keep growing together. Your generosity keeps this journey alive.
If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.